Renee. Good morning. Good morning, Shane. Have I seen you today? Hi, Sherry. Hi, Brady. What's going on? Happy hump day. It is gross out here today for us. It is raining. Not yet. Not yet. It's not raining. But it's going to be. 9 a.m. it says. 9 a.m. Dids, I cannot marry you. No. I'm already married. 27 years. Yep. And if something happens to him like death or self-harm or running away for a new woman, I would not, 11 hours without power, I would not remarry again. So, yes, I'm tired. I'm tired. My illness isn't so bad. I lucked out. I watched the first 5 minutes and Remember's live. Oh, you got snow in Ohio? Well, Jazz, why you got no power? Yeah, I'm tired. I'm really tired. I slept pretty decent. No nap yesterday, but I'm tired. My body feels run down, but I'm still running. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm thankful that whatever I have isn't too bad. Isn't too bad. My throat doesn't hurt anymore. Just drainage. My congestion's starting a little bit. Oh, a big windstorm. Jazz, where you at, girl? So anywho, I'm trying. You know, I load up on vitamins every day. I run. And I just try to keep plunging on, you know, and it does help me, I believe. As much as I like peter out later in the day, all this stuff, I believe helps. Now, people will tell you otherwise. People will say you need to rest, you need to do all this stuff. Danielle does rest when she can, but I can't rest, y'all. I mean, I got grandpa, you know. Hi, Deb. I got grandpa. I just don't, Dan was gone a lot yesterday. Thanks, Maria. Okay, hi, Charlene. Good luck at the doctor. Hi, Steve. Hi, Ken. How's everybody doing? It's Wednesday. In my videos, I kept talking about it being Tuesday, but it's not. Don't fret, chocolate chips, it's Wednesday. Yep. So, I forgot. I mean, this week's going by so quick, and I just don't remember where I am half the time. Hi, Angela. Jeez. Who watches him while you're exercises? Rita, he watches himself for the most part. Brady, I inspire you. It wouldn't make sense. I don't know. I was cussing a lot yesterday. I had a bad day with Ed, because Dan was in and out of the house so much, and I was irritated because I'm so tired, and I just, the worship the ground that's coming to you, no, I'm not a shrew. I mean, I'm a shrew. I'm a shrew, Dids. I'm not obedient to anybody, so that wouldn't work. I do not worship anybody's ground. I got a 2-year-old. Oh shit. At 55. Oh, hi Brian. Were you trying to tell us? Were you muted by TikTok? You want to exercise with me? I do, Mindy. Do it. You guys get on. You guys know I'm on here every day talking to you running. There's no excuses but your own. It's okay to have a bad day. I had a bad day. I shared it with my member live yesterday. Ed was just not good. And I wasn't good because I was sick, right? And I'm not feeling well. And Dan's in and out of the fucking house. Thank God for Andrew. Oh, custody. I was going to say, girl, you should know mother not to have sex and get pregnant at your age. Look, I couldn't. But grandbaby, that's different. Yes, folks. Everybody, Brian, everybody was like, what the fuck? Did he fall in the toilet? How was that? Oh, good. You got my treadmill shirt? I love the quality. Now, we went through so many different shirts to find the one I really liked. So good, I'm glad. Yes, opening up to a woman is like talking to the police. Not necessarily opening up, right? But just, we hold everything. Yep. Everything and anything can be used against you in the court of law. Where can I get one? I have my merch line. sabmerch.com. No, I didn't get it, Brian, because TikTok must have been muting you because nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. And we couldn't see it. Yeah. So before Ed, I haven't worked in 20 years. I've been a stay-at-home mom since Andrew, with the kids in competitive sports and everything. No sleep, and tired all the time. Yes. Very similar to what I'm doing with a 92-year-old man. Accidents, clean up on aisle 5, all those things, yes. And today, just to let y'all know, I've been sis all morning. He has not called me Danielle once yet this morning. Now, he knows who I am, right? He knows I'm familial, but he just has not called me Danielle. So yes, I have been sis. So I posted that video that happened this morning on YouTube. So my husband pays for everything? Nope. Nope, LaShawn, that's not how it works. I'm working right now, making money. And I almost make more than him now. If there are words for caregivers, oh, it's hard. It's bloody hard. So, no, he's fine. Yeah, I mean, he's just, he calls me sis occasionally, but he hasn't called me sis as long as he has been today. Oh, Janet, I'm so sorry. So, yeah, I haven't worked in 20 years. I've been taking care of the house, the kids, running all over the place, competitive sports, so on and so forth. And then now, I do social media, do content that pays the bills, helps to pay the bills, and I'm almost making more than Dan. So for all you masochistic, nope, chauvinistic pigs out there, no, I'm contributing to my family, yeah. And I'm working harder than Dan. So there you have it. I take care of the house, right? I take care of the house, I take care of his dad. I run a business, right? I do all this stuff. You saw me I was there at the Sky River on Saturday. I sure was. Why didn't you come say hi? That's rude. I hate when people say, I saw you. Well, why didn't you say hi? I hate that. Thanks for all the gifts so far this morning. Y'all are the bomb.com. So anyhow, this is my job. Have fucker chucker. I saw you email me. I haven't gotten to emails yet. I haven't read my chapters that I need to read for my book. I was feeling like shit yesterday, especially after my afternoon with Edward. It's hard, especially when you feel like shit and you have to try to have patience. Didn't. I lost my shit. Y'all think I scream? You should have heard me yesterday. Y'all, when I video for you, that's normal communications daily with Ed. There's no sort of meanness. Maybe sometimes there's frustration, but no shit. But yesterday, I was screaming at him. Thanksgiving solution. We all meet at the casino, drink, and forget the in-laws. I'm down, PJ. Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's love it. Hey, Les. Hey, Steven. Should be so proud of you. 12 years. I'm dying, Stephen. I'm slowly becoming burned out. I really am. But here I am. Just still trying to do it. We need to clone you. I think so. I think I'm a good clonable woman. Really, honestly. I think I'm good clonable. Because I do so much. I bend over backwards. I take care. But yes, I screamed and yelled. Let's get back to that to give the troll something, right? Let's give the troll something. Screaming and yelling is not what I record. So, Dunton, take a hike. Take a hike. I hate passive aggressive comments like that. And I know you're on here a lot. I know you're doing your best, honey, but family members are not always the best caregivers. Okay, so maybe I wasn't the best mom at times either. I'm not the best wife, but that's a stupid fucking comment. There you have it. Okay, so what you're saying is I should fucking put him in a home and kill him, because that's what it would do. Let me tell you something. Even on my worst days of yelling, right, being pissed off, and they don't come very often. They don't come very often, but they come. Let me tell you, I've yelled at my kids too. Does that make me an inept mother? Huh? Does that make me an inept mother because I've yelled at my children? Does it make me an imperfect wife because I yell at my husband? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So take your comment and stick it where the sun don't shine. How does it do when I lose my shit? Barely reacts. Barely reacts. He just says, yesterday he was arguing with me. He was arguing with me and just kept arguing with me. And I just said, this is it. And I don't want to tell the mass population of what was happening, but you can only imagine. And I wasn't feeling good, right? I didn't have the energy. I was home alone, and he was arguing with me to make it worse. And yeah, I lost my cool. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. He forgets, right? He forgets. And mind you, he doesn't. He was just arguing with me, and I finally just said, Ed, I'm not doing this anymore. Stop, leave me be, let me finish cleaning, and we'll get you dressed. All right. But I didn't do it. The fuck you didn't. Anyhow, so, I don't remember. How many years has been dependent on others? So we have had Ed for over a year ourselves. And as far as he hasn't been 4-ish years, Brady, he's been dependent on us and Mark, right? So, I took my mom out of a home. Dementia doesn't work with dementia. It's horrible, Jack. I mean, people have to do what they have to do, but to have the ignorance of people telling you how to do it or that I'm not fit to do it, it's just plain ugly. No. At some moments, I'm not fit for it, but I think that's true in all facets of life. Kids, relationships, stress, right? Stress. So, give caregivers a break, right? Give caregivers a break, because we ain't perfect, but we're still doing it. I did it for my mom, but she was fully aware and her body was all failing on her mind. I know, it's hard. It's hard. And I talk about it for the fellow caregivers, right? Because I want them to feel connected. I want them to understand that me too, right? I don't ever preach perfection because there's no such thing. There's no such thing. And all the naysayers and all the attackers and the ninnies out there, you haven't a fucking clue. How do you realize that he couldn't live anymore? Jaron, he couldn't remember how to get home in a car, on a walk around his community, and then he was falling, and he had no explanation of how, right, of how he fell, and it just got worse. So, maybe ugly. Doesn't it was ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly. It was pure ugly. Now, for me, right, that was an ugly comment. I couldn't do it. I know. You lose your shit, right? I'm sure even as a nurse, being around it, you sometimes get cranky, right? Doesn't it was ugly for me, because here I am trying to be honest for my other fellow caregivers, and you're being ugly about some family is not meant to caregive. You're right? Some family who's just using their others to get money or to help support them so they don't have to work, that's when they shouldn't be in a home. But saying Ed shouldn't or does not belong in my home is just ridiculous and ugly. Hi, Marty. I took her to my mother-in-law, she's so violent. And Dale, I'm sorry. I don't have to deal with that. In the midst of a catastrophe, right, with me and Ed, he just argues with me, right? I didn't do it, denies everything. Well, I didn't do it. So if you didn't do it, and I didn't do it, then who did it? You know? So that's the only, like, physicality or aggressiveness that Ed shows, is in those moments. And a lot of his behavior, right? A lot of his behavior is based on my behavior at the moment, right? Dave, you could. I didn't think I could do it either. It's hard, but how can you? I don't know, you couldn't. Could you imagine, Janet, if you put your husband in a home, the guilt you would have? I mean, even on my worst days, right? And I think to myself, I'm done. I'm over this. Dan, home, you know? I still couldn't do it. To take care of her mom, have you heard of this? No, Deb. Am I running? Nope, I'm not. I couldn't do it. I would never be able to drop him off at a home. So, because I know he would die. All he wants to do is be around family. And if you hear, right, if you hear him every day, what does he do? All of his conversations are about his kids. Yep, about his kids. So that would definitely be a death wish. I just, you know, he's mean. Ed doesn't remember moods. Little Lena, you have to remember that Ed and I have a long relationship, right? We have a long relationship. I've known him since I was 5. So even on my mean days or my mean moments, he is where he wants to be, right? He leeches onto me for security and comfort when we're amongst his family, right? Because I'm his stability. Suppose if you approve the behavior. Yeah, see, Deb, Ed's got too much money for that. He's got too much money. So when you have a certain amount of money, they don't give you any supplements. For my uncle, since he had a stroke, yeah, it's hard. LaShawn, it's hard. Passed away 3 years ago. I was explaining the other day, and he hit me for the first time. Oh, Brady, that's sweet. He is sweet. He has never been this sweet. Always loved his family, right? Always loved his family. But very selfish, right? He did what he wanted to do and how he wanted to do it, but loves his family, always has. Anyhow, oh shit, your mom is 96 and your dad is 101? Wow, shit. Hi, Ann. or with Lush Wednesday. It's a little bit of both. I'm dying. I'm tired. I've got a headache still. It's gonna start raining. So I don't know, Jade. I'm on a little bit earlier. So maybe they're just taking some time to get in. So yeah, I gotta go get toilet paper. Y'all, I got some shit to do today or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I don't want to be out in this rain. Over here, her name is Brenda. How did your mom and Ed meet? My mom and Ed met through, she worked in his complex, right? She worked in his complex. So the dentist that she worked for, him and Ed were good friends, and they set him up. Yeah. I'm not amazing, Brenda. I'm just doing my job. That's the way I look at it. You know, am I sleep deprived? 100%. However, Ed slept really well last night. So he got up at 7 this morning and he didn't want to go back to bed. So he's been up since 7. But he wasn't fidgeting. He wasn't fiddle fucking around last night. Hi, Christy. Hey, Sam. Looking forward to the rain. Romantic. And your husband's father, Ed, ended up together. Yes. Lori, septic, it was just a clog. Dan and Ed clogged up the septic. Yeah. So he lived full time. Yeah, so basically at the beginning, Mark would pick him up. Once we knew he couldn't drive anymore, Mark would pick him up, take him to lunch, spend some time with him, and then bring him back by dinner, right? I do. I use Vapor Rub for everything, Brandy. Does he ever try to go out the door? No. End up with my mother-in-law's sister. Oh, that's funny. Hi, Jade. Hi, Judy. I meant Judy, but you said Jay. So, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, my headache. What did I say? What was I saying? Oh, Ed. So, and then it just started becoming harder and harder for him to remember to take his pills and blah, blah, biscuit. And then eventually Mark started taking him full time. Mark had him for like 3 months and he was losing his fucking mind. He was losing his mind, and that's when we stepped in. It's pouring right now. Oh, yeah, it will come. I don't know. Let's see. Good. The TV light doesn't bother him now. Jim, he can't get out. He's not. We have a gate up. We built a gate. So he can't roam the house and start unplugging things. I had half a cup, but I'm gonna have a Red Bull after this. You were doing. My husband had 2 spinal. Oh gosh, Brenda. Mark doing? How's Mark doing? Mark's taking care of his dog that's had all sorts of different ailments. He's 65 or maybe 66 now. So he's getting older, you know. He has his own little issues that come and go. So he's fine. Red Bulls are bad, so is the air we breathe. Yep, my husband's at the stage where he doesn't know where things are. My husband doesn't know that either, Kim. He's like, Kevin, you have to help me. Oh, I'm sorry. But Dan doesn't know where things go or where things are either. But different. What about Josh? You know who really appreciates it is Josh. You know, I spend a lot of time with Josh and his family. And have I tried the winter? No, I haven't. I have the sugar-free small cans. So if I can't drink coffee, I will have a Red Bull, and I'm gonna have one because this cold has me feeling a certain way. Oh shit, Diana, he climbed out the window and had a heart attack? Yeah, so I can tell you that Josh, out of everybody, is the biggest supporter. You know, he talks to me, he asks me questions about his dad. He thinks that, you know, like we should, you know, that grandpa's money should help pay to help me, right? He's a big proponent of that and pushes me all the time to try to get Grandpa to give me a house cleaner and all that shit. He always says you shouldn't be doing all this stuff yourself when nobody else does it, you know? So he's my biggest support system with his dad. And he's very appreciative of it. Tells me all the time, thank you. Thank you. And that's all we need to hear, right? Do holidays confuse Dad more? Yes, it confuses him being around big groups of people. Bye, Gigi, even if it's his family. Yes, different parts of California. Christy, yes, more than other. Christy, he is a great, and he appreciates it, right? He appreciates it. He sees how tired and tattered I am. He hears the stories, you know? He cares, he asks, right? And he owes, you know, he's always like, we owe you. The whole family owes you, you know, of what you do and how you're sacrificing. Just Josh. Yeah, just Josh. You should use that as money. Yeah, you know, I don't have no control over it. You know, that would be up to Dan. That would be up to Dan. Yeah. Ed is going over to Carrie's, yeah, for Thanksgiving. Have you tried that oil on the light bulbs? No, I died yesterday. I petered out at about 12, and then it became a downward spiral till about 1, and then I was exhausted. So my head was pounding. It was an ugly afternoon, and I just didn't feel great. Still don't feel great today, but so we'll see how much I get accomplished. I read my sister-in-law take care of both my grandparents, and I'm forever grateful. And, you know, that's what I'm saying. If you know somebody, you know, if you know somebody who's doing this, and it's a family member who's taking care of your loved one who's sick, thank them. A little thanks and appreciation goes so far with us, right? Anybody who's a caregiver. Yeah, thanks, Christy. I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. My neck feels a little bit better today, so that's good. But this headache won't go away. How does caregiving affect my marriage? I would say at this stage that we're in, right, things are getting a little bit difficult, more difficult, I should say, because of the progression. I try my hardest, and this is just all honesty, I try my hardest not to get angry at my husband, because I find myself attacking him more, right, just because I'm frustrated. I'm angry that this is where I'm at. I'm angry that I'm here trying to build a business, try to take care of the house, and everything else within the functionality of this, under this roof, and take care of his dad, right? And take care of his dad. I do a lot. So on my days where I'm really overwhelmed, I take it out on Dan. Because who else am I going to take it out on? You know? It's a bucket of cold water on your flame of love. Yes. And I'm so exhausted. And to be, you know, aside, you know, again, I'm going through perimenopause, right? But I never am relaxed enough to engage in intimacy, right? I'm never relaxed enough to engage in intimacy. You know, I'm just like, okay, let's do it. Get it over with, because my ears are listening. And so mixed in and combined with everything else, you know, it does affect the flame, 100%. Oh my God, the chair, yes. They should throw us the pizza. They should bring us casseroles. You know, they should make things for us, because, you know, it's really just me. Anyhow. So, And honestly, he can't be swapped back and forth at this point. Hi, honey. He can't be swapped. So, people suggesting that they should take him. Dan and I would never let them take him because he's in such a different way, right? Dan still yells at me, if he doesn't think I'm doing a good enough job caring for him or watching out for him so there's just no way that at this point we would allow anybody to take possession of him. Does she appreciate what you're doing? I think she thinks it's, she, I think that's a lot of the reason, she looks at us and she looks at how, tired we are, and she does not want to, burden her kids the same way. She looks at it as a burden. And I think Joanne living here would be amazing. I've always said that. How many times have I said I would love to have Joanne here, right? She supports me. She defends me. And she thinks hey, Essay, what's up? And she thinks I'm a great woman for doing what I'm doing. She got mad at Dan at the beginning, knowing my relationship with Ed. And what did she say? Right? She said, you can't do that to Danielle, Dan. That's not fair for you to do. So, complete and support of me. Yeah. So, how do you not like somebody who actually cares for you and supports you? Yeah, crackling, because even when you're caring for somebody with dementia, and even if you have an aide, you're still home, right? You're still home with your mother-in-law. Yeah, she does. She defends me to the family if anybody says anything. Barbara, any of the kids, Dan will give like Mark. Make sure you don't do this. Make sure you don't do that. Make sure Mark, he's different, It's really hard because they're not with him every day like we are. They're not with him. They don't see his ailments. They don't see him almost falling, multiple times a day because of his feet are failing him. His posture is failing him. He's coughing more now when he eats, right? He's coughing when he drinks. Things are changing. Bathroom situations are changing. We would never do that for Ed, right? And they wouldn't know how to deal with it. I probably need to get him to go since I can't. No doors are open. What are you talking about, Jade? Joanne is the type of person who will never live with you because she has seen and heard the struggles and she won't burden you. She will be with her daughter or sons. Little Lena, she doesn't want to be with anybody. She wants to be with herself. So you're not 100% true. She doesn't hear me at all. She doesn't hear me at all. She doesn't watch. She just would never do it to me because I already have my hands full. So, I already have my hands full and she doesn't want to give me any more work. John thinks that maybe. No, I think, they're really trying to get Carrie to move in with, Joanne to move in with Carrie. But Joanne's been fighting it for months. She's still she's kind of still independent, She has the majority of her mind. She's starting to forget things. So it's making her feel uneasy because of Ed, right? But she still has her wits. And she likes the independence, right? She likes the independence. So she's fighting it tooth and nail. Because she likes her space. She's very much like Dan. Dan and Joanne are very similar in their personalities, right? They like their space. They like their space. They like their privacy. And she hates getting older because she knows at some point, she's going to have to do that. And it doesn't make her happy. Jade, I was like, is she all right? What the hell is she talking about? Elevator buttons, escalators. Yeah, it's a tough thing to give up. For Ed, right, his mind's different. So it was a lot easier. For her, it's so difficult. And she gets really mad, you know, when Dan says, Ma, you're going, you know, you gotta go. Sis can help you with all of the stuff that you need help with that she calls Dan and Mark for every day. You know, I really honestly wish she would come in here. Hi, Unky. And I tell her that every time I see her. No excuse. Jay's on an elevator up high in the sky. She is in assisted living, yeah. Sausage. Oh yeah, and then the sausage. Where does the elevator, the escalator, and the buttons and sausage come into play? Alexander, I know, but be respectful of the states. Nothing is ever like that. Mark is not moving in here. Hell no. Nope. I have boundaries. Because the family's not like that, Catherine. Salingers don't work that way, you know? Salingers just don't work that way. Sausage, dosage. Same. Yeah, well, Mark can move in with Carrie. The brain is fried. Yeah, and another reason why she doesn't want to come in here is because she doesn't want to be with Ed, right? It's stressful. He's difficult. He's not fun. He asks the same questions over and over again, if you guys don't realize that. Most people get annoyed with it because it's annoying. Even we do, right? Nope. No more. The only Salinger I'll allow in this house is your mother. That's it, Dan. You and Mark can live in the rental. I'll stay here. I ain't taking care of anybody else. I'm out. This has done me in. This one is making me anti-caregiving. Yeah, but Sam, you're hurt. You have a reason to. Jade is just hungry, so she's trying to divert herself. In the village, there are 150,000 people, and 90% will not move in with their kids. Yeah, it's hard. They don't want to. I couldn't imagine doing that either, you know? I don't want to have to move in with my kids. That independence losing that independence is tough, you know? It's tough. I can't imagine. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with caregiving. One and done. Yeah, Dan, he already knows. He has a plot at the Shady Pines. Yep, him and Mark. Tell Mark it's a 2 for special, so Mark should get on that one too. It's so tough, yes. The repetitiveness is so exhausting. You guys, by the time I get in bed at night, I'm dead. You know, I don't want to be talked to. I don't want to be touched. My mind has literally been through the ringer. My body has been through the ringer. So really that affects the marriage, right? It affects the marriage because I just don't want to communicate because I'm communicating all day, right? Does she resent me because of Ed leaving her for your mom? No, because Ed didn't leave her for my mom. Joanne divorced Ed. Dan divorced Ed. So no, I don't know what you guys are reading the rumors. Do not read the bullshit that you see on Facebook, Reddit, and all that bullshit. You want to have a question, you want to know, I'll, for the most part, can tell you or give you something, but no, Ed is not that type of person, right? Ed is not that type of person. Ed's not an abuser physically. He is not a cheater. He's never done drugs or anything like that. He is not that type of person. He would have lived with Joanne the rest of their life if she didn't want to spread her wings, you know? And Joanne became a lot. You know, she went back to school. She got her master's. She had a profession, you know, a career, you know? And so made her happier. It made her happier. So, no, Ed did not leave for my mom. God, that's so ugly. That triggers me. I don't know why, but because I've seen it on the bullshit sites. So, does Mark put in as much time as you? I don't know what that means, but we've had Ed full time for a year. Yeah. If I make it to Vegas. Oh, yeah, I thought, trust me, Jade, I took care of C. She was bouncing off of walls after too many Jack and Cokes, girl. I got you. There's always will be somebody around. You look at no, I don't look at the bullshit sites. I just hear that people tell me about the bullshit sites. You know I don't look at that shit. I'm a Dan. Yeah, when do I have time to look at the fucking bullshit sites, Dan? I'm not sitting my ass in a chair like you. And now you're forever not going to get out of that chair with all the things that there is. I'm a hospice nurse and Ed qualifies for in-home hospice. Yeah, no, not yet. Not yet. He doesn't. What about bringing a caretaker in for 8 hours a day? I wouldn't do it because there's no need for a caretaker right now. There's no need for a caretaker right now. I mean, honestly, I'm home. Dan's home. And it's just a waste of money because what are they going to do? He's going to come to us anyway. He's not going to listen to a caretaker. Ed is not that easy. He's not that easy. Can do elevator buttons with my knees with long pants on. Oh, good, Jade. Good. Does Ed spend time with his doctor son-in-law? His doctor son-in-law, his son is a doctor. And he's 2 hours away from here. So, no, unless he comes down to visit him. Don't let Lynn watch anyone coming to Vegas, especially if she's the one pouring our drinks. Exactly. Jade, if you come to Vegas, stay away from Lynn. That's it. Yes, beep beep Tahoe. I ain't going to Tahoe, it's supposed to be snowing. Yes, but C was on her own on that one. C didn't have vodka, she's had Jack Daniels. She can't be trusted, no. Thanks. I think we are a gift. Mark does. Do other family members watch us? Maybe, I don't know. We might have some sneakers in there. I don't think so, because a lot of them, Dan, they don't really watch me in the morning time. They more watch me and Dan. Some sneakers might be, just to get information to tattle on, but that's it. We are getting 2 to 4 inches of snow. Yes. Fucking Dan comes in and corrects everything I say. And he's not always correct in everything he's correcting me on. But whatever. Thankful I didn't get in on that vodka. Yeah. 4 hours away. Yeah, you're getting some rain if you're in the Bay Area. It's come to us too. So Dan is answering everything. And he's not even accurate. Like, just let me talk. I'm going to have to block you. I'm going to have to block you because you're really irritating. See, that affects our marriage because he's irritating me on my live. This is my time away from him, and he just sits and wants to poke me. Yeah. His memory doesn't work so great all the time. Too much Fernan. Get the mic out for Dan. Is Vegas expensive? If you gamble. If you gamble, it does. If you gamble. I know, and I'm not feeling great. And he just carries on like it's a normal day in the neighborhood. Dan's all about Dan. Yeah. Dan, no, some people just don't want to hear from you until tonight. No, Dan has not been on a walk yet. Michael says, Dan has codependency issues and lack of boundaries. Hi, Dan. Because he's a nosy fucker. He's a nosy fucker. He's just sitting in that new chair, right? Sitting on his ass in that new chair, vibrating and heat and shit. Do not let my marriage fail. Oh, it's failing. It's gonna fail if Dan doesn't get his shit together. That's it. Dan's got to work harder with his wife. He's got to work harder to see and appreciate everything she does. He needs to appreciate his wife and treat her like she is the queen she is. He needs to roll over backwards, do somersaults for her because she busts her ass every fucking day. Sick, angry, frustrated, sad. Here I am, still prevailing, right? And who is sitting in that chair? Dan. Yep, Dan. No. She never takes her dad out alone. She's not warm to him. Number one, he's not my dad. Number two, I took him out the other day. I sure did. Barbara. Oh. Barbara. As a matter of fact, Barbs, I took him out the other day. He came with me to pick up the wine. My wine. Oh, she's talking about sis. Okay, never mind, Barbara. Babs. Sorry, my apologies. That's all. But I make mistakes, and I own it, Barbara. If you're talking about sis, that's fine. But I took him out. Even Dan was a little surprised. He was. He was walking, and he saw the car coming in the court, and he saw. Oh, Dan, shut the fuck up. Juicy fucking chicken. It's always. I said to him this morning, and Dan's gonna get some microphone time. I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm so worn out. You know what he says? Me too. I'm so tired. Well, I have a virus, Dan. Oh. No, that's what I get. Hi, beach man. I bet you're nicer to your wife than my husband is to me. I was laying down, dead to the world. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go pick up. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some stuff at CVS. I'll be right back. 5 hours later. Then I get back, I'm like, don't you ever do that again. I'm not feeling well, right? And then he comes back, he's like, all right, you want me to get dinner? It took him 2 hours to go get dinner. He was gone like primarily all day yesterday. Left me sick with a sore throat dealing with his dad. So we know if Ed gets sick, why? Because I was around him. And then Dan comes in with dinner, and I said, well, what the fuck? Right? What the hell took you so goddamn long? And he says, oh, I was talking to my friend. Yeah, I knew you were doing something. Shit. 2 hours. Did you hear today I'm not feeling well? Right? Dan was every excuse in the book yesterday. Right? I'm yelling at him. I'm screaming, don't ever do that shit to me again. And he didn't even get me soup. I said, when you go out, get me soup. All right. Guess what? Did he bring me soup? No. 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 He says, our effort has lagged. Our effort? Our effort has lagged. And I don't know why. But if you would be willing, I'm ready to try. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. Yeah. Yep. No soup. No soup. I'm at this point in my life, right, women? Give me an A. Where if we ain't getting loving, and not in the sexual way, I'm gonna put in what you deserve, right? I am working my ass off and making a living as well. So you can't even use that anymore, right? Because I'm contributing to this household more and more and more and more. And I'm fucking exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired. My body is failing me. And who do I have for support? Ed. Not really. But he would. He always asks me when he sees my face. He says, honey, what's wrong with you? Are you all right? No, Ed, I'm not. That's what I got. And I got and I got my dog. The only, two dogs, because and Dawn and Cat. Dawn and Cat gives me love too. So that's it. That's it. That's all I got. That is all. That is all. And Andrew cares. Yeah, Andrew did step up yesterday. Andrew did. He did. Yeah, but the pig she doesn't love on you, you know? She's not a lovable, but you can't cuddle with the pig. Her hair is prickly. It's not fun. Creams, no, it's Dan's cat. Was he aggressive? Dan is aggressive. He sure is with his mind. No, Ed was never aggressive at all. Never. I don't think he ever. Oh, he used to like to pull Josh and Aaron's ears. Yeah. You will miss him one day. Well, Tracy, no shit, I will miss him one day. No shit, I will miss him one day. Why do people always say that? Well, one day you're gonna miss him. Well, duh. Shit. Ed's always been verbally aggressive. Yeah. I don't know how he was in his house, but I know, right? I know what was done in my house. The only aggressive was he was a gaslighter. Ed was a gaslighter. Do you know what I would do? Go get a hotel room. I would go crazy, honestly. Like, you know, some women love it and they go check in to a hotel. I would go crazy, you know, unless there was a casino in the building. No. So yeah. And who has that husband, you know? Who has that husband that every time you say something, you know, they say, well, me too. Well, no, I'm talking about me. Well, if you're talking about me, I'm going to tell you that I feel the same way. No, it doesn't work that way. Then you come to me. You come to me. I want to be home with everybody gone. How about that? How about everybody leaves? Here he comes. Attention. Spot. Dan, he got up out of the chair to come because you know he is trying to say way too much. Way too much.
Can I have the microphone?
Nope.
Can I have the microphone?
Nope, you may not. Dan won't let me bring the microphone on the evening lives. And you're not getting it on my morning live. There you have it.
Sing.
That is all. No, you're not going to sing. You're not allowed to sing on my morning live. At all.
All right, so just so you all know, can I get up here?
No.
How do they know? They got to see me so I can tell
They
them.
don't have to see you.
Just so you all know.
Yeah, let's hear some more.
On Instagram, okay, there is a gentleman who follows me who's a professional
This
musician.
guy is just being kind, and everybody's going to tell you that.
He has played in a major band for over 20 years. He plays with the Boston Symphony. The dude is a major fucking musician. Excellent.
He stroked Dan's penis by saying, you should record your song.
He made a new album with somebody, and I commented, and he came on and he said, and I quote, famous musician, I have heard you sing, Dan. You should record. And then, how's the family and all that stuff. Very nice comment. And yes, he was probably laughing as he wrote it.
Yes, he was.
But he wrote it.
But for some reason,
it's the thought that
Dan,
counts.
right? For some reason, Dan was so excited about that. And I was like, bruh, he was joking with you. He didn't put the LOL because most men don't do that shit. But he wasn't being serious, right? And so Dan he got mad at me because I wasn't excited like he was.
Whether he's serious or not, it doesn't matter. He's commenting about
So then
music.
he had to call his mama and get some enthusiasm. And guess what his mama did? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And then he sang for his mother. I wanted to get up out of bed and whack him
I
on
had to
top
show
of the
her
head.
that I could sing.
Yeah. I wanted to get up from my dilapidated state, and I'm like, he is not fucking, I almost videoed. I almost said, this fucker is really not singing to his mother right now. Can you believe that? He sang for his mother.
You're damn right.
Mom, listen to how good I am. Yeah. And she said, oh, okay. That's what she says.
Okay, you're very good. How's everything else going?
So he doesn't get it from me or his mother. She giggled.
That's why I need my own people on social media, because I need some loving. I don't get any. And then I just get attacked from all Danielle's minions.
And it's so funny, you can always tell when Joanne really wants to leech out with something, but she would never hurt her kids' feelings. And so she's like, oh, okay, that's nice. And she kind of giggles. And secretly inside, it makes me so happy. She's probably like, what the fuck is he doing? And Dan, you suck. Oh my God, no, there's no singing allowed on here. And Brandy said, we're not minions, stop saying that. And he does that too sometimes. Sometimes he'll be like excited when he used to write poems, you know? And he always calls his mom, right?
I wish I had minions. Which
is really cute. Because you don't take the time to invest and connect. That's why you don't have friends. Anyhow, so even when he would call with his poems, and and sometimes if she didn't like it, she gives up. Oh, okay.
That's very nice. That's very nice, Nancy.
That's Ma. And he knows when she's, just kind of shoos him off. Anyway, how's your dad today? Ma! What? And I get so much satisfaction out of that. It's so funny.
By the way, one of my poems is hanging on her wall.
Sometimes
hanging on her wall.
Sometimes he hangs up and he's like, and I just giggle. I'm like, well, she didn't give you what you wanted either, did she?
And you relish in that. That's why I have a hollow piece in my heart all the time. Empty, hollow.
I do relish in it. I think it's the funniest shit ever. Because, he's like, he always says, I'm so mean. Well, fuck, it sounds like, to me, your mom was mean too. Oh, shit. So Dan wrote her a poem specifically for Mother's Day. So that's why it's on her wall or framed or something. But yeah, sometimes she's just like, well, it's funny shit. He does, Barbara. He's always wants his mom's approval, always. And a lot of times he calls her first. And then I sometimes hear about it through a different phone call he makes. I'm not his first person to go to all of the time. I don't, hold on, I'm gonna get rid of an idiot. So anyhow, he is a total mama's boy. And I think there's a lot of psychoanalysts that can be done on that. I have my own psychological theory on that, but I won't do that to him. Sorry about that. Mom is precious. Lauren, I don't have my mama either. Haven't had her for 18 and a half years. And that's why it doesn't bother me that he calls his mom, right? Yeah, she was probably like, oh God. I mean, I was in bed and I literally was so irritated by him doing that. And I'm like, the fuck? Is he singing to his mother? At first I thought he had hung up with her and then he was just singing again for himself. And then he was like, she's like, oh, all right. And he's like, see, Mom, it's not that bad. The fuck? The fuck? I can make a suggestion and my husband will put it down. Yes. Yes, Dan too. Actually, he doesn't listen to anybody. Dan doesn't even listen. So Josh is like that. So Emily, Rocky will be like, I need you to talk to your brother about blah, 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 right? And then I'll talk to him nonchalantly. He'll be like, oh, that's a great idea. And she was like, see? So Josh does that with me and Rocky. So Rocky can suggest it, it's shit. But if sister comes in and says something, then he's like, that's a great idea. Not with Joanne. Dan listens to himself. What you have to realize is Dan believes he is correct all the time, right? All the time. Dan believes he has, Dan believes nobody knows anything more than what he knows. And he is the only person who is worthy of anything or any advice or any whatever, right? So he doesn't listen to anybody but himself. He doesn't listen to anybody but himself. I mean, the things that he talks to his nephew about, and then he turns around and does the complete opposite with me of what he's corrected his nephew on, his behavior. I'm like, you have the best advice ever, but you
Crazy.
has the best advice ever, but never practices. I mean, what he tells Zach, if he did what he preached every day, he would probably get sex at least once a day. Because, I mean, he knows it. It's in there. It's in there. But he's incapable because he's a Salinger. Just saying. Salingers are... Yeah. And I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed, I wish a man...
Relationships
I wish a
are
man...
2 ways.
I wish...
It's never one person's fault, right?
It's mostly your fault.
No, again, that's
No,
that's the
because
problem.
you weren't taught
Is
right.
You blame everybody else.
He wasn't taught right, and unfortunately for me, I've never been able to correct him either because he thinks he's right all the time. So the issue with this is
are you guys getting the drift here? I think I'm right all the time.
yes.
As you tell me, you're right and I'm wrong all the time.
What do you see me
I
doing?
mean, you
all
are
day
the
long?
pot
What do you see me
calling
doing?
the kettle.
What do you see me doing all day
Color
long?
of that shirt.
What
What?
do you see me doing all day long?
You work. You do a lot. That's not my point.
If you want sex,
Yes.
right?
I don't believe any of this.
penetration?
I don't believe any of this.
I'm asking you, Your Honor, do you like penetration?
No, I like celibacy. I like nothing. I like to feel numb and nothing all the time. That's what I'm used to. That's
And
what I
who
like.
didn't bring
if
me
I have
home
a little
soup?
bit of feeling in there, everything's
Who
fucked
didn't
up.
bring me home soup?
You're right. I went to a different restaurant, so it didn't register to me. I just didn't register. And I was talking to your
And
son.
you were talking to your friend because you
and
took
my-
forever.
and my friend.
Right, so who came last?
I did.
Your wife, who has been not feeling well and had the
Did you- let me
runaround
ask you this, did you
and
not-
had
did
the
you-
runaround with your dad while you were gone once again.
Did
Be
you
gone.
not eat what I brought you home for
Yes,
dinner?
but I wanted soup. I made my own
But
soup.
was it
and
not
added.
delicious?
See, this is what he does.
I'm just saying, you ate and it
Gaslighter.
was delicious.
Gaslighter.
I did offer to go get soup afterwards, and
Yeah,
I said, I
because-
forgot, I'll go get it. She said no,
No, he doesn't.
because she
listen.
wants something to hold over my head.
Nope.
I was willing to go get the soup, but, now she got something to just... That's why I'm shrinking.
Damn
I used to be
gaslighter.
6'1", now I'm 5'10". She's just...
Gaslighter,
Bash me down.
gaslighter.
But I can still dunk.
You're a gaslighter. You're not a dunker. Is it raining? You're-
Not yet. Which,
It is raining. Look at the fucking raindrops on the car.
oh, yeah. That's great. How am I going to be able to walk?
You're not.
Have to get my exercise somewhere else then.
Always have a good argument. Don't all men always have a good argument? I mean, it's like we are oblivious to them. They don't see us, they don't hear us, all they hear is whenever we bring up something, it's a reminder to them how they're feeling. Oh, well now since you brought it up about how you're feeling, let me tell you how I'm feeling. No, this isn't about you. This isn't about you. If you want it to be
There's
about
nothing
you,
about me, honey. Everybody knows that.
you
We
wanna
know
be-
what this is about.
get the fuck out of here. Do you want to be clonked over the head with my new mic?
No.
Go away. Anyhow, right? Both you and your husband were like this, and you gave up everything and turned to faith to make it better. Well,
Faith in what?
faith.
Faith in what? That's what I want to know.
What kind of faith?
I have faith that the world is going to pot. That's what I have faith in right now.
What kind of
Wars and hate, starvation,
What kind of- what kind
pandemic. Faith in what?
Where do we get the faith?
Aliens flying around. I mean, obviously, the aliens are like vultures. They're circling the fucking planet, waiting for us to kill ourselves so they can come in and get all of our resources.
Anybody
That's a
find
new theory.
a higher
You
faith
ever heard that one?
that brings
The aliens are
a
vultures.
relationship closer together? Let me know.
Mustard seed is good to have faith in. I was thinking just yesterday, I wonder, is mustard healthy? Because I poured a whole lot on my hot dog.
I wonder if you laid naked on the bed and put a bag of chips just scattered around your body with some queso, like in a certain area.
I don't know where you're going, but I don't like it.
Maybe it would be faith.
How about this? I did really well on my diet yesterday. This is why we're fraught with problems. So I didn't eat much all day. I ate fruit very, very well, and then I realized at the end of the day I hadn't eaten any bread. I hadn't eaten any. You got to eat the 4 food groups. So I went into the thing. There was no bread. But there were hot dog buns. So what did I have to do? I had to end up eating 2 hot dogs at the end of the night so that I could get my bread. That's the problem with dieting.
No, there was bread in the freezer, and there was
I
sourdough.
think that could be spun into a joke.
And there was sourdough in the pantry as well. So don't talk about
the
your
sourdough
lack
has-
of food.
is garlic.
But you sure did have a king-size Kit Kat bar.
Yeah, I had 1 king-size Kit Kat bar.
And how many Go-Gurts did you have?
1.
Oh, well, you wasted a whole bunch too. He wastes so much food.
I take them out of the freezer so that they thaw, and then I forget about them. Mm-hmm. And then they spoil.
He went for a happy ending. You do not need bread every day. That is true. That's spoken from a nurse.
Kim, it's just entertainment, kind of a joke.
Oh, and
An anecdote. It's an anecdote. I'm on my diet, and I ended up eating hot dogs so that I could get the bread.
yes, I freeze
This
the
is
Go-Gurts.
not a medical channel,
I freeze the
not
Go-Gurts.
a dietary channel.
I freeze.
We're not
Yeah.
nutritionists.
I want the diet that includes a Kit Kat bar, right? Exactly.
You have to have your sugars too. You got to eat.
Paula, and for those of you who talk about the faith and you're so angry about it and you're taking it to a different level, it wasn't meant to elicit some sort of debate over a higher power in religion or God.
This
It
is
was
not that
just-
kind of channel.
This is not that. It was supposed to
These
be
are not
funny.
serious. These are
Don't
not
take it
serious,
serious for the love of Pete. Lord, some people. Y'all take things way too serious. Anyhow. Kim said typical attorney.
I'm retired, by the way.
Yeah, okay, go away.
Bye-bye.
This is my time.
Bye-bye.
You don't let me be this way at night, so I gotta have my time alone. Yeah, I mean, you all, with the faith, obviously you don't have faith. It has nothing to do with, it was a joke. Why can't people joke today? And why are people taking everything so far? Well, obviously you don't have it. Shameful. Shameful! Everybody believes in different things, but you make it into something that it shouldn't be because we're just trying to have fun here. Retired hubbies are the worst. Your husband's very, well, you have to. I mean, here's the thing. Life is a fucking shit show of a mess, right? Everything. You got bills, you got things that come up, and you got more bills, and then you got cars breaking down, you got roof leaks, you got, stress in a marriage, you got caregiving, you got kids who are running rampant. You got to have fun with what you have, right? This show, what I'm doing every morning is to have fun. This isn't supposed to be a rip on Danielle or a rip on the fucking dissecting of every fucking word I say or every phrase I use or how I say it or what my fucking tone is about. This is my time to have fun with my friends, right? You don't like it, get the fuck out. Because you're raining on all of our parades. How about that? Shit. So, if any of you know, I love crystals, right? I grew up with it. It's more nostalgic than anything, right? Because let's be real, crystals isn't really good. But every time I go to Nashville, I want crystals because my grandfather used to take me there when I was little, and then he would drive me around, and then I would fall asleep. And the nostalgic of me with my grandparents, who were a pivotal part in my life, in my child rearing, I have to eat it every time I'm going. So my friend, one of my Zoomies, was eating crystals one day, like several months ago, and I was like, "What are you eating? Please tell me that's not a crystal. Oh my God, a crystal." What I would do, God, love it. Anyhow, so she made me 2 shirts. And I love it. In my Mrs. D. Cell NorCal 3 page, it has me sniffing my box. So it's like a White Castle. Those of you, more people know what a White Castle is. Crystal is in the east, southeast, east and south. I don't know how far it goes, but Nashville. Hi Ashley, thanks. Wish I had time. You have to tell people. Now, it comes with age too, and it comes with perimenopause, and it comes with just putting up with shit for your whole life. And it comes, when you find your voice, it's so exhilarating. And so many things happen when you start setting your boundaries and start telling people to stick it where the sun don't shine. God, I love it. And I'm so pissed that I waited too long to have this faith in myself. Sorry, not sorry. And just the wherewithal to just feel confident enough to say, you know what? And let me tell you, once you learn how to do that, it's great. I did have it all along, Deborah. I just didn't know. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't secure enough. I was really insecure. And, yeah. And then, look at me now, mama. Hey, mama. You raised a strong-ass motherfucking bitch. Yep. And I love this version of me. You know, some people don't like it because the stronger I get and the wiser I get, the more I let go of things and people who don't fit in my box. And people don't like that. When you start setting boundaries and you start cutting people off because of their ugliness, right? They don't like you, and then they try to deflect and make you look like a bad person. No, honey, it's just because I got stronger and wiser, and I'm not putting up with your shit anymore. Right? So that's what happens with me. So you're welcome. It can come. I love it. I really do love it. I love it. My husband doesn't love it because he did look at me one time too, and he's like, "You are changed. You did change." I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean, motherfucker?" And he's like, "Well, you just have a voice now. Like, you're confident. I'm like, "That's right. Say it louder for the people in the back, you know." And thank you, Grandpa and my husband, for giving and helping me find my voice, right? Because basically that's what's happened is they've helped me. They've opened this door for me to become the person who I've always wanted to be. TikTok, YouTube has made me a strong person because of the idiots in the world that sit and lambaste me every day. And ridicule me, harass me, tell me how horrible I am of a person. It really helped me grow. So thank you to all those people. And now, guess what? Drink. You want to say that again? Drake, you stopped me in my tracks, bruh. Drake's about ready to fight me. And Drake's my friend. Drake just said, are you ready for this? All you crystal lovers out there, you ready for Drake? Oh, Drake, them is some fighting words. You can take your fucking White Claw and shove it up your ass. How about them apples? You know what Drake said? Ready for this, Tim? Crystal is the great value White Castle. Tim, did you hear that? Tim says, no fucking way, Drake. You take your White Castle and shove it up your ass. The cluck? Right. I'm thinking right now about blocking his ass for a day. Drake, you love to push my buttons, don't you? Yeah. Somebody blocked down. Somebody come get her. She's acting. Anyhow, that's all. Drake, watch your stealth. That was the watch your stealth, meaning watch yourself and your step combined into one. Yeah, another Danielle-ism for you. That's all. Are we still a Bosa after his hat? He's still here. You know, everybody makes mistakes sometimes. I was quite disappointed in his actions, yes. But I'm giving him, he's young, he's got a lot to learn. He's only 25, you know. A lot more wisdom to gain. And I was kind of pissed that his fine wasn't a little bit more expensive, but it's fine. He's still cute. He just has a lot to learn. That's all. Now, what kind of fan would I be if I just gave up on him on the first mistake, you know? But he better watch himself. He better watch himself. Bosa, if you're listening, you know, I love you. I still do. I still think you're a hot specimen of a man. But you're 25. You have a lot to learn. You have some respect you've got to give. And you've got to just know when to do the political thing and when not to do the political thing. Now, let me tell you something. Now, I have lots of people who have the same belief, right? And I don't defriend them over their political views, right? I question some of their choices, but that's okay. They're still kind people. I still am friends with people who, you know, vote differently than me. That's okay. That's okay. But, you know, he just needs to learn. He's a young one. He's a young one. He's a young one. Little Lena. Little Lena. Girl. Now, do you think I don't realize he's probably not watching? He is not interested in a 50-year-old married woman who is caregiving, for fuck's sake. You don't need to state the obvious. Again, it's all in fun. You find it fun, or you don't. It's quite simple. But leave me the hell alone. That's all. People really testing my nerves today, aren't they? Really testing my nerves. It's all right. Somebody come get her. She's acting like a hooker. Anyhow, I hate the obvious shit, you know? I hate the obvious shit. Like, what are you doing? Nothing. Are you blowing your nose? No. Are you running? Absolutely not. Fuck you, Drake. Once again. This guy. You want to hear what Drake said again, all you crystal lovers? Are they not a copycat White Castle, though? No. Extreme differences in the crystal, Drake. Different. And if you don't know the difference between a white fucking castle and a crystal, I just can't. Steamed bun. Steamed bun. Onions. Into little microscopic cubes. Now I get it. You're into the white stuff. Am I starved for attention or what? Whitey. Like white? Whitey. No joke. Drake. Whitey 187. Do you know how social media works? Or lives? Apparently. Whitey over here. Maybe you should be friends with Whitey since you like the word. You know? White castle only. White car. Fuck you, Drake. Already ran, FTC. Hello in San Francisco. Are you guys raining? We don't have White Castle or Crystal here. Crystal. We got a pickle, mustard. There's a difference between a steamed bun. The buns are so steamed and moist, right? It's like melts in your mouth. We got a pickle, we got onions, and mustard. Is that mustard? This is bullying. That's fucking right. You want to talk bad about my crystal? You're going to get bullied. There you have it. It's coming down. I want to run 3 miles. Honey, you can't just start running 3 miles.
Hey, Casey Musgraves is at the Country Music Awards. Hey, sir.
She's a country music singer.
When do the Country Music Awards come on?
They do sell White Castle in the supermarkets. I don't buy them.
It happened November 8th, 2023.
Are there any mods on my YouTube?
Hey, sir. When are the Country Music
FTC,
Awards
you
in
have to
2024?
just start off slow. Can you go away while I'm talking? Socially inept. He doesn't get it.
Is today 11:20? They're today. She's playing live. They're rehearsing right now. My favorite new singer is singing at the CMAs tonight.
Yes, Drake's getting out of hand, Candace. So
I hope
we'll
she
just have to
sings Too
watch
Good to
him.
Be True.
Drake, you know, the mustache man
Hi,
with the white
Candace.
claws. She's not talking to you. Go away.
Ow! Why did you do that?
I moved you out of the
You
way.
pinched my arm.
Well, get out. Watch Drake. Watch Drake and his mustache. He's pissing me off. Candace is here now, so watch yourself. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. Lena, this is your last chance. You're really just too passive aggressive for me. I just don't need that. Really don't. Am I bi? Deborah, are you asking because of my backwards hat? Shit. Here we go again with the fucking sexual stereotypes. All because of a hat. Here. How about that? Hi, Harry. Yeah, the hat again. Like, I didn't know a hat could elicit so much sexuality comments. Uh-huh. Not that it matters about any of those things, but why a hat controls those comments, I don't know. You know what I mean? I just don't know. It just shows us what this world is into. Anyhow, my husband used to do that to me, so I always asked him first, and then he said to me that he was. Then I used to tell him how it was. Yeah, my husband drives me nuts. Okay, but I have. Drake. That little Lena was really getting on my nerves a little bit. She was too passive. Little Lena was a little too passive aggressive this morning for my liking. It might be my pants. I'm in shorts. So how do shorts dictate my sexuality? I don't really know how anything dictates my sexuality. Anyhow, it's freezing. It's not as cold as it was yesterday, but it's freezing. Lena's gone. Yeah. Candace just had enough of her. I guess I mentioned her name too much. Little Lena is driving me lots crazy. Yeah, I'm married. And I don't like vagina. I've never been a vagina licker, toucher, eater. I don't even like to wash my own. Now I used to, I've kissed a girl. I've touched boobies, like fake boobies. I've touched, real big boobies sometimes just because, I'm a boob girl because I don't have any. So it always, makes me enamored. But I have never been enamored enough to want to go down to Funky Town with a vagina. Never. Just not for me. Hi, Dak. Just not for me. And not to say that it's not for everybody, because people do like to do both. But I am completely heterosexual. Yeah, completely. I kissed a girl and I liked it. Yeah, I'm not a connoisseur of the vagina. I did like it. I think it was fun. You know what I liked more about kissing a girl? Not her cherry chapstick, but what I liked most about kissing a girl was the attention and the attention, you got. Like, it was just fun to just do back in the day at the bar, just for shits and giggles. But it wasn't like a sexual thing or anything like that, No, wasn't sexual at all. Not for me. Maybe a little bit, but not for the girl. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, the people are into that type of stuff, and that's okay. I mean, I have a friend who is bi. I don't think she really admits it, but she is starting to pour. Andrew doesn't have an umbrella. He's going to school. But anyhow, yeah, I was just never a big person like that. We've all had our experiences. Even in my experiences, I have never touched a vagina. No. I have never touched a vagina. No. That's just completely off limits. I was more of the recipient, not of the recipitor. I wasn't into all that. Vaginas kind of scare me. No, I don't like mine. I see it every day. I walk by that mirror and it scares me. No. They scare me. I don't, vaginas are interesting characters. I'm missing out. Oh, Nick, I'm sorry. Ugh, I hate that for you. I miss my grandparents so much, especially the ones with teeth. And I have a tooth. I told you, I've recently just grown a fang in mine. Y'all watch out for 50-plus-year-old vaginas, because most of the times they start growing things. They start growing teeths and shit. So men, beware where you put your hands. Specifically, I would ask how old they are, because the teeth start growing after 50. They look like clams on a half shell. I don't really know what they look like. Nick, I'm sorry. I really do. I'm sorry for you, but we were talking about vaginas. Sometimes I feel so bad because people come in and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sad. I lost my grandpa today. And here we are like talking about vaginas with teeth. But no, vaginas scare me. I don't like it. They're very secretive, if you know, because because somebody asked me if I was bisexual, and I had to explain to them that I've never been into vaginas. Even in experimental phases in life, they're not like flowers. Flowers are pretty. So he transitioned in. He didn't read the room before we were talking about my vagina. Not mine specifically, but women over 50. So all you young ones who like to be with older women, always ask their age, because you never know. If they're 50, they might have a fang or two. It depends on how quickly they develop teeth. Teeths, as I call them. It's not teeth, it's teeths. So vaginas have teeths. How many kids they have? Oh, God. And the more kids you have through the vagina, the uglier it gets. Gina, do not look. Don't look. I'm warning you now. You know, I have a friend, and we were talking about vaginas the other day, and she said something about a mirror, and she took a mirror, and I said, well, what are you using that mirror for? And she goes, well, you said everybody needs to look at it. And I said, girl, why you want to be looking at that shit? I said, if you haven't seen it in a while, then maybe you should look at it just to see what stage it's at. What stage it's in. But it might not be a great, how do you, here's the thing. I have that fucking mirror in my room, right? I have that mirror. Don't, Brandy. One kid. Oh, you only have one kid? Girl, you should be good. I've got, no, you're fine, girl. Don't look. Just don't look. It's best not to know what it looks like. But here's the thing. Don't bend over either in a mirror. Just naked. Don't do that. And if you have a C-section, it's fine. It's fine. I'll call them Tifasis. Yeah. So don't look. Abort the mission. I don't know how Dan wants ever to look at it, to touch it, to feel it, because it is ugly. And she is not cute. She is dilapidated. She is hanging. She is not well at this age. So mine's closed up too. I keep telling him it, but he's like, it's like an earring hole. Like, he's like, we can push it through and make it work again. I would be okay with just hand holding and cuddling for the rest of my life and keeping her under lock and key. She's not cute. A C-section. They're not beautiful. Now, I don't know why men think they're beautiful. She is not beautiful. You had 7 natural births. Girl, stay away from the mirrors. And words of advice from a woman who's had 3 kids. Do not put a full-length mirror while you're walking into the shower. No. 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 Oh, your mom. Yeah. Okay, well, don't look at your mom's cooter either. That's not pretty. We should, and now I'm disappointed in myself. Like, if I only knew back then what I know now, I would have taken progressive pictures along the way and showed everybody what it looked like then, which was cute, I think. I think she was cute, better than she is now. And now she just looks like, just a mess. She looks like, a homeless person on crack cocaine. You saw your mom's cooter? Drake, why you be looking at that shit? Just because she sat on the toilet with the door open doesn't mean you look at that shit. Fuck, just don't look. I would never pay to have my vagina looking good. It is what it is at this point in life. Like, I would be, put it this way. I think, Drake, you freak! Hold on, where's my mic? Drake, once again. I bet you can't get that image out of your head. Now, I saw my mom scooter many times, and those are visuals that haunt you for the rest of your life. Oh, God. I can't. TikTok, you need to do better. Somebody come get her. She's dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get her. She's acting like a stripper. Somebody come tip her. I don't know, probably Brandy. The way this court works is it's like the reflections and reflections of the tunes and the tones and the words. Yes. Put it this way, when Dan starts walking, which is the end of the court is about 0.25 miles. Right? It's about a quarter mile, a little less than a quarter mile. Sorry, that's probably a little bit, a slight exaggeration. It's probably a little less than a quarter mile. And Dan sings, and well, you can hear him all the way here. So just different weird. It's weird because when my alarm goes off, my neighbors don't hear it. The ones next to me, the one at the end of the court does. All right, I got this out for Drake, and I forgot to put it down. I kind of like the microphone. You know what I mean? All right, that's all. I'm getting my eyebrows touched up next week. I texted my girl, and I was like, girl, I need me some eyebrows. Oh my God, so lips start to droop. Bad. Yes, they droop, Shauna. They droop. I think that's the thing is that they have droops. They become dilapidated, right? She becomes skinny. She becomes not as fluffy as she once was, you know? You see those girls walking in the stores with their leggings on and they're a little fluffy to begin with. Well, their cooter's fluffy too. And they're plump, you know? They're plump. Yeah, a 50-year-old is no longer plump. I think even if she's plumper, it still deplumps down there. They start hanging. Yeah, just like testes. Testes hang, you know. So that's all. That's all I gotta say. It's lost. It's not vibrant. Like she needs some Botox. She needs to. You get fluffy all over, but not the lips. Even you lose lips. Like my lips were so much more fluffy, big, plump, but you also lose the plumpness of things as you age. Fat, P-H-A-T or F-A-T? Now, there is some older women are amazing. Yes, because we don't have to work so hard, you know? We know what we like. We know how we like it. We know where it is. And we can instruct very well. Yeah. So young girls don't really instruct, right? Shit. That one was for bullying and harassment. Who am I bullying and harassing? For fuck's sake. That one was for bullying and harassing. Anyway, Botox, I'm leaving. I mean, Botox. TikTok, I'm leaving. Find me on the tube if you want to be where there's no trolls. Yeah, I ain't playing that game. Somebody's pissed off at me. Somebody's mass reporting. Somebody's doing this thing that was 2 violations back to back. Come on, people. Come on, people. I got spit. Hold on. It's just ridiculous. Hold on, I gotta spit. I hate people too. Chantel, people were just mass reporting me. So I got 2 violations back to back, so I got off because I don't want to get taken down. Lena. No, Lena is on YouTube. YouTube takes a lot for them to. This is why I like YouTube so much better, because TikTok caters to the trolls, right? They don't listen to creators. They haven't found a way to circumvent bullies, right? So April 10th through the 14th. Yeah, somebody's mad about vagina talk, so they have to flag me for it. And I did say, crack cocaine, as a joke, and whatever. Sandra Bullock. If you're telling you have to be careful. It's sad. It's just sad. It's just sad that people are that lonely in their life and that vengeful. People, that's why I try to come on. Like people, I was joking about, can you find the faith? Where's the faith? Dan and I were just joking, and people just want to make something. They want to make a mountain out of a molehill. It's like, why can't people just have fun? I'm not here, and I have no intention of ever hurting somebody's feelings or making fun of anything, right? I'm just having fun, just the same way a comedian would make fun of different things, but people want to take it so fucking personal or make something out of nothing, right? Because I guess that's what we do in life. Marital abuse, yeah. And it's just sad that people can't just go with the flow. It's like, how many of you can laugh at both sides of the political parties? How many of you can see jokes from Republican and Democratic sides, regardless of who you vote for or what you believe in, and laugh? Like, I can laugh at both sides, right? I don't just pick a side and stick with it, right? I stick with it because it's funny. If it's funny, I'm gonna laugh. I don't take things fucking personal. Sometimes I do, but because we're human, right? But I want to try. This is my time. This is my time, to, my running, to de-stress and to, just kind of make fun of my situations, make fun of my relationship with my husband, things that just help me cope better with life, tell you the truth about caregiving for those of you who do it. And I don't want you thinking you're, this pariah because, you're thinking one way, because I'm thinking the same fucking thing. I'm just brave enough to say it, right? And I just want to have fun. I'm going to make fun of religion. I'm going to make fun of everything because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make you guys laugh. You guys come on here. So many of you have already had a hard fucking day. And you see me and you're like, yes, please. Can we have some laughter? Can we have some fun? Right? And my intention is to make you laugh. I love when you guys say, oh my God, Danielle, I came on and I had the crappiest day and you just made me laugh. I needed that. Thank you. That's my intention. It's my intention to make you laugh, and it's my intention to also make myself laugh, right? To make fun of myself, which I get the biggest kick out of, because why not? Life is too fucking short. Because make me feel better. And that's the truth. I want to make you guys feel like, you're not alone in this journey. You're not alone in your thoughts. I think those things every day. And sometimes they're morbid fucking thoughts, but that's where we go because we're tired, we're overwhelmed, we're overworked, and we're just fucking tired. My dirty jokes. I like to have fun. I've always talked, my family is very, 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 sexual, right? We've always joked on my mom's side of just, my grandma came out to fucking table with all the family there in a dildo, for Christ's sake, I was literally like, what the hell is grandma wearing? I was so young, I didn't know. That's my family. My family is that way. I've been that way from the beginning, vagina, poop, pee, whatever. Just make fun of what you got. I make fun of what I have because it's funny, right? It's funny. Even Ed yesterday, right? He caught himself in the mirror again because the mirror is right there. And he literally caught himself in the mirror as I was taking him in the shower. And he's like, would you look at that? He's grabbing his fat. He's like, how the hell did I get so fat? Did you see that, Danielle? and I just giggled with him. I'm like, yes, Ed, it happens to all of us. So he caught himself for the second time in that mirror. So I just want to have fun, with Drake telling me about his mom sitting on the toilet. That's funny shit, And those aren't memories you ever forget. She'll be dead and he'll still be cracking jokes about mom's cooter, just like me. And my mom would want me to do that. My mom would want me to keep her memory alive, even the silly things she did. And I saw my mom's scooter at every, stage of the game, from pre-cancer to young mom to middle-aged mom to bouffant mom, to straight hair pubes, after cancer treatment. So I've seen her all, and she would be like, that's my girl. Even if she were alive today, she would giggle. People always ask me, what would my family think of me on here, and would they be embarrassed, or I should be embarrassed of myself. I'm the same way on here as I am with my family. So they know me. There's no big surprise here. For them, it's not like I'm a different person. I just have a platform, and now I'm speaking to however many of you because I can. Thank you, Ed, and thank you, Dan, right? And you guys grew to love me, right? Some of you probably didn't really like me at the beginning. And then you got to know me, and you were like, okay, she's not a bad chick, right? She's not a bad chick. So I'm here to have fun. And do I make fun of the trolls? Yes, because that's how I cope with the ugliness that I get every day. Do you know I get, emails, I get texts from random numbers, of course, no numbers that, they generate themselves so they don't get caught. But I get texts every day telling me what a vile, horrible person I am. What a vile, horrible person I am. So when people come and attack me, yeah, I'm going to defend myself and attack back. And I'm going to try to do it in the best way possible because that's how I cope with the ugly. Yeah. But I would never, ever, ever, ever go to other people's accounts, find fault in them, and bag on them every day. That's one thing I would never do. But people do that, and they think they're valid in their ugliness because we put ourselves out here. No, no. Common sense and human nature is kindness, love, empathy. And if you don't relate to somebody, walk away. Find somebody you do. Simple. So now I got to set them straight because I try to have fun with it too. It's like a cat chasing a mouse or a bird or a snake. They lack the game a little bit and they play it. Or they email my husband. Yes. Some of you remember our friend yesterday. Some of you didn't hear about our friend yesterday. Chloe. Yes, Chloe. Chloe was, my members heard it because I had a member live yesterday and I told them all about it. Chloe, remember Chloe? Do you remember Chloe? Well, she emailed Dan. She emailed Dan. Yeah. To tell him how disappointed she was in me, my friends, how they got attacked, and how she has never spoken up until yesterday. And because her opinions are different than, she loved my personality, she loved everything, right? And she just felt, whatever, attacked, or, whatever else she said. It was just a whole bunch of hoopla. And then I said, Dan, don't even read it to me. Because she was completely passive aggressive. She was completely attacking on purpose, and then claimed to not be, and then came back with a vengeance. No. 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 We ain't gonna utter one word. And when people do that and then question me as a mother, that's when I lost it. And that's when I told her a pound salt, and then she got her panties in a wad. And then she had to go run and tell Dan. Am I 12? Am I 12 that somebody's telling my daddy on me? And what did she want? Dan to punish me for being a bad girl? Like, I don't understand. This is my platform, right? I do and act how I want to do it. If you don't like it, you don't have to. But I am separate than my husband, right? I'm a different person. So like me, love me, I don't care. But do not, he does his thing. He does it his way. I do it mine. Do not tattle. Most of the time he hears me, he sees me, but tattling. And you would not believe how many people text my husband and email him about me. She also said that I always talk bad and I'm condescending about Joanne. Now, come on. Y'all know every day when I talk about Joanne, that I would support her. I've said how many times I would love her in my house. Stop. Stop. I was also called a shrew yesterday. And I giggled a little bit. I had to finally get the definition of exactly what a shrew means. Yes, I am not obedient to anybody but myself. And sometimes I even am not obedient to myself. I was called a shrew. Yeah. So, yes, I cope in my own ways, right? And then, of course, Dan said, well, Danielle, this is why you can't do this. And I said, no, I'm not going to change who I am, because people want to dish it out, but then they can't take it when the truth gets thrown in their face, right? That's the problem, is that if you are going to take the initiative, hi, Nate, if you are going to take the initiative to come at me, you might get lucky for me to come back. And when I come back with you, then you want to tattle to my husband and or TikTok and try to get me banned. Y'all, don't say it then. Because I'm not going to sit here and I'm nobody's carpet that you can just walk all over. Brandon, you did call. Yesterday was a bad day. Marianne, I wasn't talking to anybody yesterday. My phone was off and I didn't even have it with me. I just, sometimes I just can't anymore at the end of the day. Sometimes I just can't. And I had a really, 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 really bad day with Grandpa. Along with not feeling well. So yeah, I wasn't, my phone, and sometimes I turn my phone off, you guys, a lot of times, because I can't. It's soothing. Yeah, it is soothing. But you guys, I get anxious with rain because I've had so many issues with rain in the last couple of years in my house that I can't enjoy it because I get anxious. Like, it's going to cost me more money, So hopefully, since it's raining, your neighbor's leaf blower guys are not outside. Yes. But weren't they out the other day and it was like raining? It's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. It's just, yeah. So I'm not going to be able to go outside with the dogs. I'm not going to well, maybe I'll clean up poop. Not raining that bad. But anyway, so Tonight is a member live. Nope, it's not a member live. It's a normal live, you guys. So we'll be on later. I'm hoping, I don't feel so bad right now. So I'm hoping it continues. Like yesterday I got kind of slammed. It was a stressful day and I just didn't handle myself very well. From 12 on, I was just pissed off and not feeling well and just bad caregiver day, and he was just being a tank. Well, and just yeah. And so anyhow, I just shut myself off to the world. I just can't sometimes, you guys. When I do this stuff, talking sometimes is very hard for me on the phone. An email or a text, I get so inundated sometimes that I've got other things that I have to focus on, and sometimes I just can't. I can't. And then knowing I'm going to have to talk later in the day, especially when I'm having a bad day. But anyhow, I love you guys. Remember, you are important, you are worthy, and you matter, and your feelings are just that, yours. And it's okay to set boundaries. And if people don't understand them, and if people don't like them, they are free to go. Just remember that. Always have your voice. Always state what you feel or how you feel. And nobody's really entitled to know anything more than that, other than no, it's not going to happen today. And no, I'm not going to do this anymore. So love you guys. Have a great day. And stay safe out there. Love ya. See you later.